welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Ashley and I'm so happy to have you here with me today. If you are new here, I am a licensed esthetician in Illinois and this is my salon suite, a Mix-A beauty bar in the suburbs of Chicago. Today is an exciting video because I am going to be going over everything that you need to know about dry skin.
And it goes a little something like...
As I said in my skin types video, I mentioned dry skin. I didn't really go deep into detail about dry skin and how to kind of just maintain moisture in dry skin. I just kind of briefly went over it. And what I briefly went over was dry skin is a lack of oil production in the skin. When you have a lack of oil production, it means you are missing lipids that hold moisture onto the skin. If these lipids aren't holding onto the moisture onto the skin properly, your skin's going to feel dry, it's going to feel tight, it's going to look kind of dull. You might have more emphasized wrinkles, small pores, and everything else I mentioned. I will be linking the skin type video down below. Dry skin is a skin type. Skin types are something that you can't change. It's part of your genetics, and one thing that you could change are skin conditions. Now, the difference between dry skin and dehydrated skin, for example, dry skin is missing oils and dehydrated skin is missing water, and the main difference is that one's a skin type and one's a skin condition. Skin types, what you can do is you can help maintain healthy skin within having dry skin, but you can never cure it like you could with dehydrated skin. I'm going to do just a little bit about dehydrated skin. Dehydrated skin, like I was saying, is a skin condition. Dehydrated skin is caused by lack of water, maybe drinking too much caffeine, maybe drinking too much alcohol, maybe drinking coffee that day. Those can all make your skin dehydrated. And you can tell your skin is dehydrated by kind of the same ways you feel like your skin may be dry, but you can fix it. One, deep within and expressing it outwards, such as drinking more water, maybe cutting back on the caffeine. And then also dehydrated skin can be caused from environmental reasons. It's winter right now. Your skin feels dry. And even if you have super oily skin in the summer and in the winter, but you do sometimes, you're like, oh, but my skin turns dry in the winter. It's just that your skin is feeling a little dehydrated from the environment. There's less humidity in the air, which can cause your skin to dry out a little bit. Now, there's ways to obviously, like I said, fix dehydrated skin by also introducing more moisturizers in your skin during the winter. But this video is about dry skin. So now I'm going to be going deeper in when you're looking for products, what should you look for? So when you are looking for products and you're looking at products on the shelf and you know I have dry skin, the main things that you really need to look for are humectants, occlusives, and peptides. So those are super important for dry skin. Honestly, they're super important for every single skin type, but for dry skin in specific, I'm going to go into detail as to why those are important. So humectants, I'm going to be putting all the descriptions right here so that you can actually look at them. I'll explain and make sure I write it out. So what a humectant does is it draws water that's in the dermis, which, if you guys don't know, the layers of the skin are, epidermis is the first layer and dermis is deeper within. So what it does is it pulls water from the dermis and brings it up and puts it onto the epidermis. Doing is it's hydrating the epidermis from deeper within your body. So products such as hyaluronic acid and glycerin have the capabilities to do this. What they do is when you apply hyaluronic acid onto the skin, it pulls water from the dermis and it brings it up to the epidermis. Another thing that you should be looking for is occlusives. And what an occlusive is an ingredient that forms a film on the skin to hold in the moisture onto the barrier to prevent moisture loss. So what you want to do is you want to use an ingredient that has these in it because you want that film to form on the surface of the skin so that you don't lose moisture. And what it does is it protects the skin barrier. using an occlusive helps create this stable barrier, and then when it's used with a humectant, the humectant is pulling up the water, and now it's sitting on the epidermis, but you don't want it to just evaporate out of the pores. So when you use an occlusive, it holds it in, and that's what keeps the moisture locking into the skin. Some good occlusives include shea butter, petroleum, or light oils such as squalene and rosehip oil. Those are fabulous ingredients to look for when you're looking at a moisturizer or you're looking at a serum. Those are what you want to kind of look for. Now, something that's so important that I know so many estheticians talk about is peptides. And peptides are so essential. Peptides are amino acids that tell the brain to tell the body how to function. For example, palmitoyl tripeptide 38 is a amino acid that creates collagen and hyaluronic acid in the skin. I can make a whole other video on products I recommend that have so many of these things in it. I don't want this video to be more about product recommendations. I want it to be more about just educating on dry skin. So many of them are so amazing, and I can go into what my favorites are, which I will. One day I'll make a video about that, but I want people to make their own educated decisions as well when looking for your own skincare. Sometimes people like to go out and make their own decisions as well. So when you are, I want you to look for these specific things. I want you to look for the humectants, the occlusives, and peptides. And something that I know a lot of times people ask about with dry skin too is, should you exfoliate? Absolutely, should you exfoliate? But when exfoliating, you have to make sure that you don't overstrip your skin when exfoliating. And by that, I mean, I'm more about chemical exfoliations, such as looking for lactic acid in those. That is the best type of acid to use for dry skin. It's super hydrating but exfoliating at the same time. Now, I will link down below the Urban Skin RX pads. I absolutely love those, and they have retinol, but they also have lactic acid in them, and they're great to use once a week, especially for dry skin like myself. And another thing that you absolutely have to be careful for when you have dry skin is the cleansers that you are using. If you have dry skin, you have to make sure that you are using more cream cleanser based products. That's preferably my preference. And I know these days there's just so many cleansers that now have like peptides in their cleansers, which is good. That's good. And I know that those could be okay for dry skin even if they are foaming. But honestly, a rule of thumb when having dry skin, I just tell my clients maybe not to use a foaming cleanser. And just because you have to be careful for looking for SLS. And what SLS stands for in your cleanser is sodium lauryl sulfate. And basically what sodium lauryl sulfate is it's the foaming agent in the cleanser. Just because you don't want to strip your skin and create sensitive skin. I mean, if you see people and they have all this redness and they say their skin is so sensitive, I always look into, okay, well, what cleansers are they using? Because sometimes cleansers can create dry and sensitive skin. So a lot of the times cream cleansers tend to not have SLS in them as much, just because they aren't foaming cleansers, so they don't need that sudsy feel. I know that sometimes the sudsy feel can give you like that nice tight clean feel. I know my mom says that that's what she likes, but it's not always necessarily the best for your skin. Back on the exfoliating as well too, I just wanted to like throw in there that I love enzymes for dry skin, because what enzymes do is they dissolve the dead skin that's sitting on your surface without destroying the barrier and without stripping from the natural oils. So if you're around the area, an enzyme facial would be great for you for dry skin. I think that's everything that I'm going to include in this video today. If you guys like this video and thought it was helpful, don't forget to give me a like so that I know, and then I will definitely do videos on oily skin and combination skin, and I could even go into skin conditions such as dehydrated skin and sensitive skin, because dehydrated and sensitive skin are kind of on their own thing because they are fixable. So we can go into maybe how to fix that type of skin. But if you guys like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.